Hey YouTube, we got something finished in the printer here. This thing takes about 2 hours to print. I don't know why it takes that long, but it's worth it. This is what I've been putting up in the garage for about a week now. I've been putting it in there. It takes a lot to print it. But let's go out in the shop and I'll show you exactly what it is. So what Multiboard is it's what's the way to put this? Pegboard on steroids. So if you do use regular pegboard, they do slide right in perfect. Anything that you, unless you get the really big pegboard pegs, then you can't fit them in there. But this is a couple ways that you can attach some things. Each one of these holes, the little ones, the big ones, they're all threaded. So what you do is you can screw this in, and you can print off a little tool that'll help you tighten and loosen. So this is one way. It just slides over top, just like that. And that's a nice little remote holder for the garage. Then another way you can attach things is kind of the same way as this one, but you can snap this in, and then the inside of that's threaded, and then you can thread the same thing into that. That's just another way to do it, basically the same way. And I'm still trying to figure out multi-board myself. So when you print off multiples of these, what they do is you print off these little snaps, and these are what they're called offset snaps. So what it's going to do is it's going to bring it out away from the wall. So all you do is you just snap them two together. So you just snap them over. Your other piece will be snapped, and then you snap that over top. And then you can take like this, and you just push it in there, and it's held tight. And like, you can go on the internet and fall down a multi-board rabbit hole, and now I can't figure out how to get that out of there. But well, shit, I'm gonna break it. There we go. It definitely holds stuff on there. And then you got to print off, for these snaps right here, you got to print off a tool that you push down in there, and then you just pop it off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump on the big table, and we're going to snap all these together and get them laid out how we want them. And what we're going to do is, sooner or later, well, right now we're going to go around this outlet, but sooner or later, this whole wall is going to be multi-board all the way down to this other side. So let's go down to the big table. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to snap all these together. And the really cool thing about this is you can do any shape or fill any wall. Just all you gotta do is just print these out and make sure you got these offset snaps. I'll show you how this works. So you got a double offset snap, which holds two panels with nothing on the other side. Just like that. Nothing on the other side. Then you have your single offset snap, which will go right on the corners that have no piece on this side or that side. So then we'll get another single one here, pop it up here, and we're going to put them together. So we'll get two doubles. We'll snap that together, and this stuff goes together real easy. So then we got this piece, which comes, you have to print in two. It's flat on this side, and then You see it's not flat. So all you're doing is you're just connecting them together to make this. And this is what's going to hold your 4 together. So what we'll do is we'll just snap it in one side. And you can see I broke one. I dropped it. So then we'll just snap all 4 of them together. And then we'll snap these 2 together. And then we got another double. And you got another single that would go there if all you have is these. But I have more that I'm going to add. And we'll just go ahead and do that right now. They do make 3 ones. I just got to print it out. So we'll get this put on the wall, and then we'll go from there. All right, here we go. What I'm going to show you is you got all these holes right here. So this center hole is actually going to hold both these down. You could do the one that layers over top of this one. You could put a screw right there and a screw right there if you wanted to. It takes about 2 hours to print one of these grids. So I've just been printing one a day or whatever. So let's just get this screwed down the rest of the way. And you want to screw every single one down, because when you go to pull stuff off or do anything, you don't want to have one not screwed down. So you want to at least stick a screw in each one. Really, I don't care about color. Like I have white attachments, blue. This one's for my battery charger, and it just snaps right down in there. And I'll be able to hang this bad boy right off of that. And the cool thing about it being offset from the wall is you're able to tuck wires up behind it and just hide them. So, battery charger. So what you do is you just screw that right into there, both of them. Sorry. They don't have to be super tight. And that's it. And then it does the same thing as the remote holder. It just slides right over, attaches. So let's see where we want to put this one. But what stops it from popping off like that is this little ring. But it is very important that you match see that little box right there? And then on this, I don't know if you guys could see that, but you see that very slight little box right there and how it's not on the other side. If you do not line that up, the pieces with the threads like this, that thread into the circles right here, and there's ones about this size that will actually thread in to these, and that thread on this piece and this piece, if you snap them in together, They match. If you don't do it, you won't be able to thread it into there. So you have to make sure, and that's what was taking so long, is you got to make sure that you match that box up with that box, or else you won't be able to thread anything in there. So take your time and do this part. Box and box right there. The Roku remote, because I always lose it. I always lose this dang thing. So we're gonna put right there. Nah, we'll scoot it over one. We're gonna put that dude right there. And we'll tighten them up. And we'll just slide that down there. Got a nice little spot for the remote. So I was sitting here looking at it and thinking, why did I put the singles up here to hold it when I'm going to be adding here, when I could have put these in there. So I swapped these out real quick. So I guess if you are building one that, if you print out it all to one size what you want, then yeah, make it all nice and neat. But since I'm going to be adding to this, I'm going to go ahead and put these guys in. That way, when I get a new one printed, I can just slap it up. And really, I probably should be putting a 4, or what are they? I think they call it a quad. I should put one right here, and I should put one of these guys going this way. I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm more worried about going up a little bit, get some more room, and then I'll add some right here. I got nails and stuff I need to pull, but when we get ready to paint this wall, it won't be too bad. All I gotta do is just pull it all down and we'll paint. But right now I'm trying to get it all gridded out, and so far I'm liking it, and I'll just keep on printing and adding to it, and it doesn't take too much really. We'll just add this on there real quick. We'll put, let's see, that's pretty stout hammer there, and it's holding it just fine. Got my little tack hammer. I really like how versatile this is. You can print custom pieces, or you could just use pegboard, and that's what I've used here until I get some other stuff printed out. Okay, so we're about a couple days later. I got 2 more panels up, and I printed some more attachments, and I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer to take a look at how they attach and everything. So first things first, we got the hammers with the pegboard hooks, which we're going to print them out later. So right here, we printed off 2 of these, which I'll show you. You just take and you unscrew it. I'm not going to unscrew it all the way, but it screws right into this little hole right here for my 2 drills. So you guys seen earlier in the video that I had these little bands for my glove box, which plugs right into these little holes right here. It just smashes in there. And then right here, we got the little knife with a little hook. And we also got little hooks like this. And I'll show you guys how them work. So all you do is you just take this and you just, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you just screw them right in there. And then we got some safety glass holders, which just snap right in. Holds safety glasses. We got that little thing, and that's held up by a hook. And then I printed off these little battery holders, which really help keep the batteries organized. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Everybody knows that. But that's it for the multi-board. This stuff's really cool, and I can't wait until the rest of this wall is filled up and I get some more, get the shop really organized. And it could help you guys too if you ever get a 3D printer or anything like that. This stuff's awesome. Comment and let me know whether you guys like the 3D print stuff or you like the home improvements or the weekend projects. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. Let me know what you want to see. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.